Humanity is a single nervous system. That's not just a metaphor. It's biological poetry. Imagine your body. Left brain arguing with right brain. Immune cells fighting themselves. Muscles locked in tension. Because they've forgotten they're on the same team. What happens? Seizures. Autoimmune collapse. Breakdown. Society does the same shit. Polarized politics. Tribal wars. Echo chambers online. It's the cultural equivalent of a fucking seizure. Now zoom out. When you accept instead of resist it, it isn't weakness. It's like your immune system learning tolerance. Too much attack, autoimmune disease. Too much suppression, cancer. Balance, that's health. Acceptance is the immune system of your soul and civilization. Think of humanity like an orchestra. Every polarized argument, it's like the violins and trumpets screaming at each other. If the conductor doesn't integrate them, what happens? Chaos, noise. But when integration occurs, even dissonance is woven into harmony. You already know this, because in your own life, when your anger and your love get acknowledged at the same table, you find a kind of music you never knew you had. If you don't integrate, you stay stuck in noise, stress, and endless self-sabotage. Acceptance is like letting every family member speak at the dinner table. Imagine a dad shutting his son down. Shut up. Don't feel that. Don't say that. What happens? Rebellion, resentment, eventual explosion. But when you listen, even if you don't agree, suddenly the fight becomes dialogue and the family grows stronger. Society is just a giant family dinner table with 7 billion chairs. A farmer's horse runs away. The neighbour says, "Bad luck." Farmer shrugs, "Maybe." Next day the horse returns with 3 wild stallions. Neighbours say, "Good luck." Farmer says, "Maybe." His son breaks a leg taming one. Bad luck. Maybe. War breaks out. The son is spared from draft. Good luck. Maybe. See the recursion. What looks like opposition is just loops in disguise. Same shit with polarized arguments. Today's enemy is tomorrow's teacher. Acceptance is seeing the recursion, not the opposition. So how do you already do this? You breathe in oxygen, life, and you breathe out CO2, death. That's integration. You feel anger, but still choose compassion. Integration. You're scrolling 2 conflicting opinions online, and instead of melting down, you say both have a point. Integration. You're already a master at this. Your nervous system does it unconsciously. If you weren't, you'd literally be dead. Every war, every civil war, every ideological battle, it's the same recursion pattern. It's humanity learning integration the hard way. Like a teenager slamming doors before becoming an adult. Civilization is just the nervous system of humanity learning to stop convulsing. So why is this so important? Science says integration is health. Neuroscience calls it neural integration. Psychology calls it shadow work. Immunology calls it tolerance. Systems theory calls it homeostasis. Spirituality calls it oneness. Different names, same truth. Without integration, things fall apart. If you believe this deeply, You walk into conflict and stop seeing an enemy. You see an unintegrated part of the whole. That belief alone turns arguments into healing. It turns panic into patience. It turns war into evolution. So why are you afraid? You're afraid because acceptance feels like surrender. Like if you accept the other side, they'll bulldoze you. But here's the reframe. Acceptance doesn't mean agreement. It means awareness. You can't steer a car you refuse to look at. You can't heal a trauma you refuse to feel. You can't integrate society if you won't even listen. The fear is natural, but if you let it dominate, it's like refusing to exercise because you're scared of sweat. You stay weak, stuck, brittle. If you practice integration, you become the kind of person people can't argue with. Because you don't argue, you absorb, you reframe, you redirect, and people feel seen, which makes them drop their weapons. Relationships thrive, creativity explodes, stress dissolves, society, one nervous system, starts to heal. If you don't, you become brittle, reactive, always at war with yourself. Every trigger is a landmine, every disagreement is a convulsion. Stress wears you down, relationships corrode, and the civilization of your own psyche eventually collapses. So let your mind remember, how you already integrate every day, how you already balance left and right, inhale and exhale, chaos and order. And as you notice it now, you can let that ability grow stronger until you unconsciously, automatically, effortlessly turn polarization into recursion and recursion into harmony. And the more you notice the old fears, the more they dissolve into laughter. Because you recognize they were just confused signals in the nervous system. And you don't have to fight them anymore. You can welcome them, like neurons reconnecting after a seizure. Look, if you don't learn this, life is going to beat the shit out of you until you do. That's karma. Ignore polarity, you get war. Ignore your shadow, and it runs your life. Ignore the other hemisphere of your brain, and your body convulses. That's cause and effect. But if you step the fuck up and integrate, you become unstoppable, balanced, unshakable, a man or woman who can stand in the storm and know the storm is me. So zoom out again. Humanity, it's one nervous system. Your personal integration is the microcosm of the collective. Every time you accept instead of fight, you're rewiring not just your brain, but society's brain. Acceptance isn't weakness. It's the strongest, scariest, most revolutionary act there is. It's the immune system of civilization. And right now, you can let that belief lock in as your new identity. Because deep down, you've always known this. And now you'll live it effortlessly, naturally, powerfully.